All right, well, let's start with where are you from?
Okay, so I am from Latvia.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tiny country in like Eastern Europe. I'd like to say more of a Scandinavian country because people like to say it's Slovenian or Slovakia or whatever, but it's actually a.
And for those that don't know where it is, what countries border it?
Russia.
Okay.
That's one of the biggest, and then it's the Baltic Sea,
Gotcha.
and then there's Estonia and Lithuania.
Crazy. All right. Tell me something you've never told anyone else before.
Oh man, Olivia. What have I never told anyone else before? I guess that I am constantly afraid of things, and I fear a lot of things, and I think that's what has kept me from a lot of relationships with people, and also just I think in my career, it has actually been in the way for me because I think fear is like a very big issue or something that I need to work on more. But it's actually I'm getting better at it.
You're working on it.
I am working on it.
Thanks for sharing. Now, what inspired you to get into acting?
There was this thing, I don't know, I'm an extremely emotional person to the point where I had to always like express it in some way, and I was like, the way I was expressing it in my real life, I was like, that's just not healthy. So I was like, I need a way, and it was kind of like a therapy for me first, which I kind of, when I came to LA and started going to classes out here, it started to annoy me when people go to classes just because like that's their therapy, because then it became about work and actually learning. And it changed for me, and it just kind of grew and grew and grew, but I never had a plan B. People would always make fun of me back home, especially back school. They gave me a hard time. I mean, I went to the school that I went to. It was a very high education school, and it was all like chemistry and things like that. And so they were giving me a hard time, and they were like, what are you, especially back then, those years was very hard to get to America for a Latvian to get a visa and all that. So people were like, what are you talking about? Just start like living in reality. And I was kind of always a little bit up there. And like my brother says, he's like, you definitely can't date an actor because then you will both be flying. You need somebody who's like pushing you down a little bit. Hey baby, come back to reality. Because I'm a little too much up there. But
do you have a pre-audition ritual or something that you do for good luck?
No.
No?
No, I just kind of go in. I just kind of go in.
Yeah?
And just do my thing.
Just do it?
I used to hate auditions, but I learned to really love them because I was like, this is an opportunity every time, and also this is me doing what I love to do. I kind of stepped out of looking at it as an audition. It's a performance. It's a way for me to again do what I love to do. So
I like that. Well, I think that's a great point, that it is a performance. I mean, no one's going to book you off you treating it like an audition.
Exactly.
I think that's a great point. Can you tell me about Lockhart?
Lockhart. Well, it's premiering next week, actually.
Next week?
Yeah, so it's exciting, and I'm so glad my mom is here for that.
Yeah.
Lockhart is, I mean, I know a lot of people say this, but I am just so happy that I've done it and that I had the opportunity to do it, because the crew and the cast were just so amazing. I have never seen people being so giving to something emotionally and physically, because it was insane the work that we did. But I'm talking.
It was a feature-length film that you were starting.
And yes.
Is there an example of a time when everyone was telling you to do one thing and you did the opposite, or everyone was doing one thing, or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
I
And you
mean,
kind of went
just
against the
moving
grain?
out here.
Yeah?
I mean, it was
Was your family initially supportive of it?
my family. They always believed in me. I know that in their hearts they were like,
Because you were so
what?
young.
Because
Yeah.
my dad even was like, why don't you go to London or something, or to France? Because it's like, you know, just like a couple hours
Oh,
flight.
yeah.
But I'm like, no, I want to go to the furthest way away from you guys.
But it was nothing personal. It was just
No, yeah, that was going against all my friends,
Yeah.
my school, my teachers, everybody. I mean, they were all so
What was
like,
everyone
what
else
are you
doing?
doing?
Just going
They
to
were- everybody else-
university or just going to school.
High school and then university, you know,
Most of them in your
having
hometown.
families, you know, all that.
Yeah, yeah. But pretty much staying in that same hometown.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them, you know, went out there, and some people that I actually always kind of knew that they were gonna do something bigger, they did, and it's
Gotcha.
really cool. But yeah, a lot of people were just so like, "What are you doing? We are gonna stay here, be normal." And I was like, "No."
No thanks. Yeah. Impressive. Or what do you do to better yourself as an actor? Or what do you think are good steps for people to do? Or what you do personally?
I think just be aware. I mean, yeah, of course, take classes, do all that. Work. Keep putting yourself in an environment that's creative, and the way you live your life. I think it's about the way you live your life. Like, pay attention to things. Don't ignore anything or anyone, and every situation try to just be curious.
Yeah.
Like, question things and learn about things. Just learn, constantly learn. Read. Like, I should read more than I do, I think. Watch movies, watch people, watch bad stuff too sometimes.
Yeah.
I believe that even that has helped me sometimes. But I think it's an everyday thing.
Yeah.
It's like the way you wake up, the way you see things, the way you look at things. Just watch, I don't know, documentaries, everything. Even the things that you think are total bullshit. Try to just be open to anything. Like, you're not religious, and then one day just be like, speak with the most religious person you know, and just listen to them. And even if you think, oh my god, it's total bullshit, but listen to them. Be curious, be like, huh, it's interesting, you know, because everything is interesting and everything is there for a reason, no matter what it is, you know.
Totally.